Fish. Fish on the lipless, dude. There's finally a fish. Today I'm going to be melting down soft plastics that are ripped up and using molds to make them usable again. I'm going to be making some Ned rigs and some Senkos probably today, because Ned rigs have been working super good here because the water is literally on the brink of freezing. It is in the low 30s, so it is very difficult to catch these fish without using a tiny little presentation. Just recently got the Ned rig molds. I'm excited to use it. Hopefully we can make quite a few different colors with it, but we're going to head to a lake that is a power plant lake and put these to the test, and it'll be me and my dad. Hopefully we can catch quite a few fish on these Ned rigs to really give them a test. I've never tried this mold before. I've caught a ton of fish on my own Senkos, but never on the Ned rigs. So I'm gonna throw the head cam on and throw the big camera on the tripod and see you guys over where I start making my lures. Okay, I'm over here right now. This is my like bench thing that we made on the porch, and this is my free Facebook Marketplace microwave. You guys can literally find a free microwave on Facebook if you just spend like a week looking. This one literally, we just went on there, first day looking, free, drove, it was on the curb, picked it up, free microwave. Super old, doesn't matter how new or good it is if you're just using it to melt down soft plastics. But right here I've got my giant thing of soft plastics. These are all ones that have successfully caught me fish and are ripped up and not usable anymore. So I'm going to take these, cut them up into smaller pieces, mix them up by the colors to different spots so I don't get them, or sort them out by the colors I mean, and then put them in the Pyrex glass, melt them down, put them in the mold. I gotta get all my stuff out of the tote still, but put them in the mold and then make some lures. Okay, so now I took all of the plastics that were just originally like this and cut them down into green pumpkin pile and then a black and blue pile. I cut them all down into tiny pieces because they melt better, and then I'll do a miscellaneous random batch at the end here, but I'm gonna mainly do some green pumpkin and watermelon colors and then some black and blue. Got a lot of black and blue. Took about 15 minutes to cut all these down into small enough pieces where they melt good. So I'm gonna grab the mold and grab the Pyrex cup, put these in it, put it in the microwave, and see you guys back at the cooking station. That's an absolute ton, but I don't need that much. There we go, about half of that should be good. Time to put it in the microwave. Gotta have the old giant spoon to stir it up too. That does not sound good. Don't know what that is. My free microwave might be on its last leg, but don't want to cook it for too long because then it ruins it. There we go. Probably I'm gonna dump a little bit out. There we go. Then you gotta push it up to where a little comes out the top like that, just so you don't have air. Come down here. Hopefully you guys can see it. And push extremely hard. So now I'm going to sit here and hold this, pushing it really hard for a little bit, just because any air pockets form, it gets rid of them. And then after I am done holding it super hard, I will sit here and just put a little on the top there. So if it needs to suck any in, it can. So now, pretty cooled off right there, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off. Let's see. First, unveiling of the new mold. Okay. That's really good. Turned out super good. Look at that. Look at how good that turned out. Now, I know you're supposed to let these cure, but I'm going to fish with them tomorrow because I'm not selling them, so it's not that big of a deal. But gonna make a few more batches, show you guys the highlights of that real quick, and then we're gonna get to fishing. So we're here now at the bridge. Got the Ned rigs tied on like I showed you guys. I'm gonna show you guys what I've tied on my other rods real quick, but we're gonna get to fishing. Here are several of the Ned rig worms that I poured. Got black and blue and green pumpkin. These are the two I brought for here. And I'm gonna throw one of these on a drop shot, one on a Ned rig, so are they. That's what I'm gonna start out with, try to catch a fish. My first one on one that I poured. But got one right here. As you guys saw, I poured these yesterday. Here it is on the Ned rig head. Cooper actually caught two fish on this exact one when we were fishing together yesterday, so they work. Last time we were here and the plant was on, we caught 70 or something like that. Good one? That's something huge, I think, Lewis. Nah, Evan. Lewis, that's gonna be a big hybrid, Lewis, I think. I think that's either a big hybrid or a largemouth. Big largemouth or a hybrid?
Largemouth.
Good largemouth. First fish in the new setup is like a 3-pounder for Lewis on his new Christmas setup. Nice. All the way on the other side.
Is that pulling? Drag?
That's a good one, dude. 2.5, maybe 3-pounder for the first fish of the day. It's been 20 minutes, finally got one. Usually, when the plant's on, it's super good, but it's being slow. That's Lewis's first fish on his new setup, too.
Yeah.
There's finally a fish. Something absolutely tiny. It's not that tiny. First fish of mine on the Ned rig I made. There we go. This fish is like 100 degrees because the water's 80 degrees, even though it's January 2nd. But finally got my first bass. I don't know why it took so long. Got all the conditions for it to be perfect again. Fish on the Lipless, dude. Hammered it way over there. The second it hit the water. He's running out like 100 miles an hour. It's not big, but it's not a bad one. Skiing him in. Not on the Ned rig for the video, but we'll take it. Number 2 on a Lipless. Nice. Maybe the bite turns on like the longer the day goes on, you know? Yeah. This has got another good one on. That's a nice, don't break your rod. Stop high sticking the fish, just grab it. There we go. That's another 2.5 pounder from Lewis on his new setup. Shaky head.
It's not the same fish though. It's fine, I don't need a picture.
I turned my chest cam off, so I still got that on, but on the underspin. Little tiny guy, my second one. Wrong lure, our third one. Wrong lure again, but I'll get back to the Ned rig in a minute. Fish. Lovable. Little guy, but second one of the day on the Ned rig. As you guys can see, this is the one I made at the start of the video. Green pumpkin. Boom. Finally. My line's all destroyed. That is number what, 4 for me? Guys, Evan just snagged a gizzard shad on a Ned rig.
What's that?
The Ned rig.
I think it's clicked. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop.
It's a wind knot.
You're right. But I don't think I won.
This blade bait fish ate at my feet, just on the tiny little blade bait. Another, not one for the challenge, but I'll take him. Oh no, how many that makes is inside the oil boom. Is that a green sunfish? Oh yeah, that's a perch. So my Ned rigs I poured are obviously multi-species Ned rigs. Look at that green sunfish. I got one. All the way over there with a lipless inside the area. Here's our target size fish for the day. This is like number 7 for me. Absolute giant on the lipless. Something gigantic. What did I just do? I snagged a like 3-pounder in the butt. It's like a 1-pounder. I snagged him in the butt.
Put him in the net.
There we go. Snagging bass. Stop with the net, you freak. There we go. Another lipless bass. I snagged him somehow.
I'm getting out there.
Don't know how that makes sense. Don't know how that makes sense. Wow, good job, guys.